Have you ever looked around your home and felt like the walls were closing in not because of the size but because of the stuff? After years of living, loving, and collecting, it's easy to lose track of what truly matters. But what if hidden inside your home were small, surprising spaces waiting to bring you peace? In today's video, we'll explore 10 gentle, senior-friendly storage hacks designed not just to save space, but to help you breathe easier, move freely, and reconnect with the life you're living now, not 20 years ago. So grab a cup of tea, settle in your favorite chair, and ask yourself, what part of your home and your heart are you ready to make room for again? Before you even reach for a box or a trash bag, there's one quiet shift that can change everything. The way you see your home. You've likely walked through your hallway, your bedroom, your kitchen thousands of times, but when things have been in the same place for years, they stop standing out. The coffee maker in the corner that hasn't worked since your son's wedding, the stack of recipe books collecting dust above the fridge, they fade into the wallpaper of everyday life until you pause, breathe, and look again. Imagine this. You're not decluttering, you're simply preparing to move, not out of panic or urgency, but into a cozier, lighter chapter. Picture a small sunlit cottage, maybe near a lake or just a little closer to your grandkids. There's a rocking chair on the porch and a tiny kitchen that smells like fresh coffee. In this new space, every item you bring must earn its place, not in terms of price or sentiment, but usefulness and joy. It's a fresh beginning, not just for your home, but for you. Martha, who just turned 67 last fall, told me about the moment she stood in front of her dining room cabinet. Inside was her mother's china set, gilded edges, delicate roses, untouched for over 2 decades. Not because she didn't care, but because life had changed. No more formal dinners, no more holidays hosted at her house. When she asked herself, would I take this to my little cottage? The answer surprised her. She smiled gently, touched one of the teacups, and whispered, I think it's time. She kept one plate, just one, and displayed it in her kitchen window. The rest she donated to a young couple starting out, because sometimes letting go is how we pass love forward. This exercise isn't about pretending you're really moving, it's about giving your eyes permission to see again. Because when you walk through your home imagining this new beginning, something shifts. Guilt loosens its grip, memory takes on new meaning, you stop asking, what should I throw away? And begin wondering, what do I truly want to carry into this next part of life? And suddenly, the process becomes softer, no longer a battle with your past, but an act of kindness for your future. So here's your gentle invitation today. Take a slow walk through your home. Don't carry a bag, don't plan to sort, just imagine your little cottage. Ask yourself, would I bring this with me? If not, thank it and begin to imagine the space it could leave behind. Maybe it's space for sunlight, for quiet, for breathing a little easier. And once your eyes have begun to notice again, once you've remembered what truly matters, it's time to look not just around you, but above you. After you've taken that slow, thoughtful walk through your home with fresh eyes, something begins to shift, not just in what you choose to keep, but in how you see the space itself. And often, the most overlooked space isn't beneath your feet, it's above your line of sight. In homes we've lived in for decades, we tend to use surfaces we can reach easily. Counters fill up, tabletops overflow, and the floor gets crowded. But the walls, the corners, the backs of doors, those are often quietly waiting to help us breathe again. Vertical space isn't just about storage. It's about restoring peace. When you move things off the floor and out of the way, you give your home and your body room to breathe, you clear the walkways, you soften the visual noise, and you make everyday life a little safer, a little calmer. Not by building new closets or spending a fortune, but by using what's already there, just higher. Clara, a retired librarian in her early 70s, used to knit every evening in the corner of her living room. She kept her yarn, needles, and half-finished projects stacked in baskets on the floor beside her recliner. Over time, it began to feel cluttered, and she often tripped on the edge of a loose blanket. One day, her daughter suggested a tall corner shelf. It reached just above Clara's shoulder, no ladder needed. The yarn went into fabric bins, the baskets were tucked neatly, and her favorite projects sat on the top shelf in sight, reminding her what she loved. Clara told me, now I feel like my little corner is a nook again, not a pile. There are so many simple ways to create this kind of peace. A floating shelf above your washer and dryer can hold detergent and softener, freeing the surface for folding clothes. A row of hooks in the hallway right where your coat or scarf naturally lands can stop that daily drop-off clutter. In the bathroom, a corner caddy or tiered shelf can turn awkward space into a home for your toiletries without bending or reaching under the sink. And the best part, you don't need to climb. The goal isn't to reach the ceiling. It's to use the space just above arm's reach, the zone where you can still see and touch what you need without risking a fall. Step stools and ladders aren't worth it. Instead, think shoulder height, eye level, places you can access comfortably from where you already stand. This isn't just about organizing, it's about rethinking the flow of your home. When you place things where your eyes naturally go, you not only find them faster, but you also reduce stress. There's less visual mess, fewer tripping hazards, and more space to move, to breathe, to live. And that's the goal, isn't it? Not just to fit everything, but to feel good in your space again. So here's a question to carry with you today. What wall in your home is just waiting to be helpful? Maybe it's behind the laundry door. Maybe it's that corner by the fridge. Or maybe, like Clara's shelf, it's a quiet spot ready to become a cozy nook once more. And once you've made peace with the space above, it's time to explore something even more powerful, the rhythm that keeps your space balanced every single day. After you've reclaimed forgotten space above and around you, the next step is to protect that peace from slowly disappearing again. And sometimes the most powerful habit begins with something surprisingly small, a promise to yourself. One thing in, one thing out, that's it. Every time you bring something new into your home, you let go of something else. A quiet rhythm like breathing in and breathing out. Over time, it keeps your space balanced and your heart a little lighter. It's not about being strict or harsh, it's about being mindful. So many of us grew up believing we should hold on just in case. We saved things because they might be useful one day, or maybe the kids will want it. But the truth, most of those things sit untouched for years. Meanwhile, your closets tighten, your shelves bow, your drawers fill until they barely close. The one in, one out practice gently breaks that cycle before it takes over. Eugene, a 72-year-old retired postmaster, had always loved books. His collection filled not just the shelves in his den, but boxes under the bed and stacks by the window. One day, after tripping over a pile for the third time, he made a decision. From that day on, for every book he brought home, one had to leave. At first, it was hard. The titles held memories, but soon it became a ritual. He donated novels to the library, gave gardening guides to neighbors, and kept only what he truly loved. Now, he said, my shelves feel like a living library, not a storage unit. He even noticed himself reading more since he no longer felt buried by the sheer number of choices. This habit isn't just for books, it works for everything: mugs, towels, t-shirts, even holiday decorations. Buy a new winter scarf, let go of one that's itchy or hasn't been worn in years. Bring home a new kitchen gadget, say goodbye to that old electric can opener you haven't plugged in since 1999. These moments may seem small, but they build something lasting. They tell your home and your mind that you are in control. And if you're wondering what to let go of, here's a gentle question to ask. Does this still serve the life I live today? Not the life you lived 20 years ago, and not the one you imagined you'd have, but the life that's unfolding right now. Sometimes we keep things to hold onto, pieces of the past. That's understandable. But when those items begin to overwhelm our present, it may be time to release them with gratitude, not guilt. So let's pause for a moment. Think about the last thing you brought home. Maybe it was a new sweater, a kitchen dish, a scented candle from your daughter. Whatever it was, what could it gently replace? Even just one thing, that's where it starts. And once you've made peace with this quiet, steady rhythm, it's time to turn your attention to something equally important. The very first place your day begins, and where everything tends to pile up the moment you walk through the door. Once you've learned to let go of what no longer fits your life, the question becomes, where do things begin to pile up again? And more often than not, it starts at the door. The moment you walk inside, arms full of mail, shoes kicked off by the mat, keys dropped wherever they land, your home's first impression is already set. And here's the truth many of us overlook: your entryway doesn't just reflect your home, it reflects how you welcome yourself back into it. For many, that first space becomes a catch-all, a clutter trap. A small battlefield of half-handled things, jackets over chairs, purses slumped on counters, grocery bags leaning against the wall. You tell yourself you'll deal with it later, but days pass, piles grow. What should be a moment of exhale turns into one more silent stressor. And yet, with just a few thoughtful shifts, that same space can become a soft landing spot, a gentle exhale after a long day. Think of it as a ritual. Just like making your morning coffee or brushing your teeth at night, resetting the entryway can be a daily act of self-kindness. A bench to sit and untie your shoes, a small tray or bowl to hold your keys. A row of hooks where your coat and bag feel like they belong. Betty, 71, said she never realized how tense she felt coming home until she changed her front hall. She added a bench with hidden storage for shoes, hung a photo of her grandkids above it, and placed a wooden bowl for her keys. Now, she told me, it feels like my home gives me a hug the moment I step in. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be perfect. A folded towel on a stool can hold shoes. An old picture frame can be turned into a mirror by the door. Even a simple quote framed and hung nearby, something like "You're home now," can shift the tone. These little gestures add up, not because they impress guests but because they serve you, and when your things have a place to land, they don't drift into the rest of the house. You'll spend less time wondering where your sunglasses are or why there's mail on the kitchen table again. Instead, you begin and end your day with a small moment of order, a space that says you made it home and here's where you belong. So pause for a moment. Picture your entryway as it is right now. How does it greet you? With calm, with chaos? With a tired sigh or a quiet smile? You deserve the second one. And often that shift starts with just one step: a hook, a bowl, a bench, or even a single cleared space. Because once your home begins welcoming you with peace, it's time to take that feeling one step further. Let's make sure the things you use and love most aren't hidden away but visible and within reach. Once the entryway welcomes you in with calm, it's time to take that clarity further into the drawers, the closets, the cabinets where things tend to hide and multiply. Because here's the quiet truth: if you can't see something, you can't use it. And if you can't use it, it often becomes invisible clutter, taking up space in your home and your mind. That's where clear bins come in. Think of them not as containers, but as tiny windows of peace. They don't just hold things, they reveal them. A labeled see-through bin lets you know exactly what's there without digging, guessing, or giving up. It's a small shift, but one that changes the way your home feels day after day. Especially as we get older, bending and searching become harder. Seeing what you need quickly, that's comfort. That's safety. Gloria, a 70-year-old retired baker from Indiana, used to keep her pantry stocked with love and, unknowingly, with duplicates. One afternoon, while trying to find a jar of cinnamon for her famous applesauce muffins, she gave up and bought a new one. Later that week, her granddaughter helped her reorganize. They emptied the deep pantry shelves and sorted everything into clear bins, each one labeled spices, baking, snacks. When they were done, Gloria found not one, not two, but 3 open jars of cinnamon. "I laughed so hard I cried," she told me, "and I haven't lost the cinnamon since." These bins work wonders in pantries, of course, but also in garages, craft rooms, bathrooms, and under sinks. Low shelves become accessible. Narrow drawers stay neat. You can store batteries, sewing tools, holiday napkins, all in a way that's visible and reachable. And when everything has a clear home, you stop buying what you already have. That means less waste, fewer repeat purchases, and more money saved over time. Labels are your best friend here, not just for memory's sake, but to help others who share your space. A visitor can find the Band-Aids. A grandchild can put the crayons back. A labeled bin takes the guesswork out and replaces it with ease. Even if it's just written on masking tape, it works. And don't worry about making it look fancy. This isn't about Pinterest-worthy organization, it's about function. A calm brain, a smoother day. You deserve that, you've earned that. Start small, maybe one shelf in the linen closet, maybe the bottom drawer in your kitchen. Every time you reach for something and it's exactly where you thought it would be, you'll feel it. A little lift in your spirit. That's the power of visible peace. So let me ask you this: what part of your home could use a little see-through simplicity today? What drawer, shelf, or cabinet could become a little easier to love with a clear bin and a name that says, "Here I belong"? And once you've made that shift, once your things are easier to find, to use, and to enjoy, it's time to look at what's already in your home and how it might just be ready for a brand new purpose. When you begin to see clearly what's already in your home, something special happens. You start noticing not just what things are, but what they could be. And sometimes the most powerful transformation doesn't come from buying something new. It comes from giving something old a second life, not as clutter, not as junk, but as something useful again, maybe even beautiful in a different season of your life. There's a quiet kind of joy in repurposing. It's not about being crafty or creative, though it can be. It's about honoring the things you've held onto, especially the ones with stories. That little cake stand you haven't used since your last holiday dinner. Try it in the bathroom to hold hand towels and a pretty bar of soap. An old wooden stool tucked in the garage, put a potted plant on it and let it bring life to a corner that's been empty for too long. Even a vintage scarf you never wear anymore can line the inside of a drawer, adding softness and memory each time you reach in. Harold, an 80-year-old widower from Iowa, told me about the moment he walked into his wife's old sewing room. She'd passed 2 winters ago and most of her things had stayed just as she left them. On a quiet Saturday afternoon, he found her old spice rack, the one that used to sit in their kitchen, and instead of letting it gather dust, he mounted it on the wall. He filled the little shelves with her colorful threads, buttons in small jars, even a photo of her smiling behind a half-finished quilt. Now, he said, it's like she's still making something. That simple act turned a memory into something alive again. Repurposing is practical, yes, but it's also emotional. It reminds us that even if something no longer fits its old role, it can still belong. Just like us, we change. We grow, but that doesn't mean we're done being useful or needed or loved. The same goes for the things around us, and you don't have to do it all at once. Just look around. What's been sitting in your attic or hidden in a closet waiting for a second chance? Maybe an old picture frame becomes a tray on your dresser. Maybe a mason jar becomes a pencil holder by the phone. Maybe a tea tin holds your spare keys. These changes are simple, but the feeling they give is rich, like putting something back in motion, like saying you still matter. So today, take a slow walk through your space. Look again at that corner you always pass. Open that drawer you keep meaning to clean. What forgotten object in your home might be ready for a new purpose, not to be discarded but rediscovered? The answer might surprise you. And once you've brought new life to something old, let's make sure that clutter never creeps back in, because with a little rhythm you can stay ahead of it, gently and joyfully. After you've given forgotten objects new purpose, the next step is learning how to keep that piece alive, not just once but gently every day, because clutter doesn't come back all at once. It tiptoes in, a receipt left on the counter, a drawer that won't quite close, a jacket draped over a chair for just a minute. That's why the most powerful habit in a decluttered home isn't dramatic, it's quiet. It begins with 10 minutes, 10 quiet minutes. Not the kind where you're rushing or overwhelmed, but a soft pause, the kind you might take after your morning coffee or just before bed. You don't need to clean the whole house, you don't even need to finish one space, you just begin. Maybe you open a junk drawer and pull out 4 things that don't belong. Maybe you return a book to its shelf. Maybe you fold 2 towels that have been sitting in the laundry basket. That's enough. Because what matters isn't how much you do, but that you're doing it regularly. Joyce, a 68-year-old widow from Oregon, shared how she changed her entire relationship with tidying. She used to wait for motivation to strike. Weeks would go by, then suddenly the clutter would feel like a mountain and she'd end up frozen. One Sunday, she decided to try something different. She poured a cup of tea, lit a small candle, and set a 10-minute timer on her phone. With soft music playing in the background, she opened the drawer in her hallway table. That was it. One drawer. When the timer buzzed, she stopped. She smiled, and the next week she did it again. She now calls it her Sunday reset and says it's become her favorite quiet ritual. But something else happened that second Sunday. As she sorted through a drawer of old pens and receipts, she found a small black and white photo, faded but clear. It showed her and her late husband dancing barefoot in their living room, probably 40 years ago. She froze, then she laughed through tears. "We didn't just live in this house," she whispered. "We danced in it." That photo now sits tucked into the mirror by her bedside, a tiny reminder that in clearing space, sometimes we uncover something far more precious. Here's the rhythm that works for many: 10 minutes a day for light resets. Once a week, choose one small zone, a cabinet, a corner, the top of your dresser, and spend 20 or 30 minutes giving it some love. Then once a month, pick one deeper space: the guest closet, the garage shelf, the catch-all bin that hasn't been touched in a year. These layers of routine create momentum. They prevent overwhelm from ever building up again, and even more than that, they restore something deeper: your sense of control. When your hands gently reclaim a messy shelf, your mind begins to settle. You're no longer reacting to the chaos. You're shaping the calm, and with every small win, your confidence grows. You realize, I can do this. I'm not stuck. This home can change, and so can I. So here's a little nudge. What drawer or shelf could you quietly reset this week? No pressure, no need for perfection, just a small space tended with care. Let it be simple. Let it be yours. Because now that clutter is gently moving out of your life, it's time to take an even closer look at what matters most, the things you use and love every single day, and where they really belong in your home. Once you've created a rhythm that keeps clutter from building up again, it's time to make your daily routines easier and safer, starting with how and where things live in your home. Because so many of us were taught to group things by category. All the canned goods in one cabinet, all the towels in one closet, all the medicines in one high shelf. But over time, those habits stop serving us. The things we use most end up too far, too low, or too high, and that makes everyday life harder than it needs to be. There's a gentler way: store your belongings not by what they are, but by how often you use them. If you reach for something every single day, it shouldn't be hidden behind 3 other items. It shouldn't require bending, stretching, or climbing. It should be easy. It should be safe. Lynn, a 69-year-old retired nurse from Michigan, learned this the hard way one Tuesday morning. She stood on her toes, reaching up for her vitamins in the upper kitchen cabinet like she'd done for years. But this time her foot slipped slightly on the linoleum. Her heart jumped. She caught herself on the counter barely, but the scare stayed with her all day. What if I'd fallen? She whispered later. That moment became her wake-up call. That very afternoon, she cleared out the shallow drawer just below her tea kettle. She placed a soft tray inside and added her daily pills, a pill cutter, a notepad to track refills, and even a pen. Now, when she makes her tea each morning, she sees her medications right there. I haven't missed a dose since, she told me, and I don't need to grab a stool anymore. This small change had a big impact, and you can do the same. Start by thinking about your daily habits. What do you reach for the most? Maybe it's your reading glasses, your favorite coffee mug, the scissors you use in the kitchen, the lotion you put on every night. These are the things that deserve your eye-level spaces, your easy-to-reach drawers, your front-row shelves. Then think about what you use weekly. Maybe the iron, the slow cooker, the extra towels for guests. These items can live a little higher or a little deeper, still accessible but not in your everyday way. And finally, store the rarely used things: holiday decorations, extra bedding, backup supplies, in out-of-the-way places, under the bed, in a labeled bin in the garage, or in the top of a hallway closet. This isn't just about organizing, it's about protecting your body, it's about honoring your real, current life, it's about saying what I need most deserves to be within reach. And it's about safety too. As we get older, reaching up or down too far becomes risky. Avoiding ladders and bending less doesn't just protect your back, it gives you confidence to move freely through your day. So take a look around today. Open your kitchen cabinets, glance at your bathroom shelves, ask yourself, what do I use all the time and why is it so hard to get to? Then try shifting just one item, bring it closer. Make your life a little easier, one drawer at a time. Because when your daily essentials are where they belong, you save time, energy, and stress. And that gives you more space to focus on something else that many of us have avoided for years: the quiet mountain of paper that seems to grow behind closed drawers and overstuffed file folders. Once your daily essentials are finally where they belong and your home feels easier to move through, there's one more kind of clutter that quietly lingers, tucked inside drawers, stuffed in file folders, or stacked in heavy boxes under the bed. Paper, but not just any paper: letters, photos, birthday cards, receipts, wills, manuals, old holiday newsletters. Some of it feels important, some of it feels impossible to throw away. Because while the paper may be fading, the memories inside still feel alive. The good news is you don't have to choose between saving space and holding onto what matters. You can keep the memories without keeping the pile. Digitizing isn't about deleting the past. It's about preserving it in a way that brings peace of mind, not piles of paper. It's simpler than many people think. Most smartphones now have apps that turn a quick photo into a scanned image, apps like Google Drive, Adobe Scan, or Cam Scanner. You can use them to scan important documents and save them in clearly labeled folders. Medical records, insurance forms, tax documents, they can all live in the cloud, ready when you need them, safe even if something happens to your home. But the real beauty is in the sentimental things: handwritten letters from your parents, the drawing your grandson made when he was 5, that recipe card in your mother's handwriting. You can take photos of them and create something new. A digital scrapbook, a slideshow for a birthday, or a printed photo book that takes up just 1 inch on your shelf instead of a whole drawer in your kitchen. Howard, 74, found a shoebox full of letters from his younger brother who had passed decades ago. For years, he kept the box closed, afraid that opening it would be too much. But last summer, with his granddaughter's help, he scanned each letter, added a few childhood photos, and turned it into what he calls his memory album. He gave each of his grandkids a copy. "I didn't just keep the letters," he said, "I passed them forward." And moments like that don't have to be rare. Margaret, a 71-year-old grandmother from Ohio, was scanning old photos on her tablet when her 9-year-old grandson, Liam, looked over her shoulder. "Who's this, Grandma?" he asked, pointing to a picture of a young woman in a polka dot dress. Margaret smiled. "That's me on my first date with your grandfather." They spent the next half hour laughing, zooming in, and telling stories. "I never thought scanning pictures could bring us closer," she told me, "but it did." That's the heart of it. Digitizing is not about erasing, it's about transforming. It's about giving memories a new way to live and sharing them more freely. Because once they're scanned, they're safer, easier to revisit, and no longer trapped in a dusty box. You might even find yourself smiling more often because instead of being buried in clutter, those moments are now just a tap away. And if the process feels too big, start small. Choose one envelope, one folder, one photo album. Don't aim to finish it all in a weekend, just begin. You might even make it a shared moment. Ask your daughter to help scan old photos on her next visit, or send a few favorites to your grandkids and say, "Thought you might want to see this." Watch what it does to their faces, so take a look around. What memory in your home deserves a safe, digital place to live? What story is ready to be preserved in a way that brings peace, not overwhelm? Because once you've lightened the weight of memory without letting go of its meaning, there's just one more place where clutter often hides. And it's the most powerful one of all, the kind that disappears when we're not alone. When we let go of physical weight, old papers, unused things, boxes of memories, what we often find underneath is something more tender. The feeling that we've done it all alone, but some clutter only truly lifts when it's shared. Not just in the letting go, but in the talking, the laughing, and sometimes the tears that come with it. Because the things we hold onto aren't just objects, they're stories, and stories are meant to be told. Decluttering doesn't have to be a solo project. In fact, it shouldn't be. Having someone with you, whether in person or from afar, can turn what feels like a burden into something lighter, even joyful. A good friend can make you laugh at the third set of salad tongs you didn't know you had. A daughter can remind you that it's okay to part with the sweater you haven't worn in 15 years. A neighbor might show you how much progress you've made, even when you can't see it yourself. Ruth, 70, lives in a small town in Illinois. She had been meaning to go through her basement for years, but the idea always made her feel tired before she even started. One evening, her daughter called and suggested a 7-day challenge. Each day, they'd let go of 7 items and send each other a photo. At first, it was socks and old mugs, Ruth said. But by day 4, I found a box of baby shoes. We both cried, then we both smiled. It became our letting go project. Not only did Ruth clear out 2 closets and several bins, but she also felt closer to her daughter than she had in years. It wasn't about the stuff, she said. It was about doing something together. That's the secret. When you declutter with someone, you don't just clear space, you build connection. You share stories behind the objects. You laugh about what you kept. You support each other through the tougher choices. And if you can't be together in person, there are still ways: a daily text, a phone call, a photo exchange, even a voice message saying, "I let go of 3 things today and it felt good." You could try it this week. Invite someone into the process. Choose a number, maybe 7 items a day for 7 days, or pick 1 drawer each. You can even make it fun. Swap stories about the oldest thing you found. Share a picture of something you forgot you had. It doesn't have to be a big commitment. It just has to be shared. And if no one comes to mind right away, consider joining a community group or an online decluttering circle. There are people all over the world walking the same path, quietly letting go and making room for more peace. You might be surprised by how comforting it feels to know you're not the only one. So today, take a breath and ask yourself, who could I invite into this gentle journey with me? Someone to remind you that you're not doing it alone. Someone who might need the same permission to begin. Because in the end, decluttering was never just about space. It's about stories and connection and moving forward with someone by your side. Because in the end, decluttering isn't just about finding places for our things, it's about finding our way back to ourselves. Back to the life that's still unfolding day by day, one gentle decision at a time. You've heard stories today of small changes that made a big difference. Martha letting go of her mother's untouched china and finding space for morning peace. Lynn, who moved her daily pills from a high shelf to her tea drawer and finally stopped forgetting. These weren't grand renovations or dramatic overhauls. They were quiet shifts, simple moments of clarity in place of overwhelm. And maybe something inside you has shifted too. Maybe as you listened, you pictured your own hallway bench or remembered a drawer you've been meaning to open. That's where it begins. You don't have to wait for the perfect time or the perfect system. The truth is you've already started just by thinking differently today. So let this be your gentle reminder: you don't have to do it all, just begin. One shelf, one box, one memory, at your pace, with kindness. And if this video sparked even one idea or brought back a memory, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment. I read every word. And if you'd like more peaceful, practical ways to reset your space and your spirit, I hope you'll subscribe and come back soon. So what small corner will you start with today? I'll be right here cheering you on.